I love growing garlic. As you can see, I have lots of garlic in this bed. There's also some shallots and some flowers in here too. But one of my favorite things about growing hardneck garlic is the garlic scape that you get. If you've never grown hardneck garlic, the garlic scape is this. It's these little curly bits that comes out of the garlic, and this is what will get the flower. So this part here is going to get bigger, it will flower, it would actually produce seed along with these little tiny bulbs in there. So the bulbs you can plant and it will produce very true to the same variety of garlic that you planted. The seed won't. So that's how you are able to get new varieties of garlic. So if you were able or inclined to do it and you had the time, you could actually hybridize and come up with your own variety of garlic. It's pretty amazing. I've never done it because I love eating these. These are really fantastic, great substitute for garlic in the springtime as you're waiting for your garlic to mature. I love these in a stir fry. You cut it up in chunks, get the super high heat where they get blistered, and it's almost like a garlicky green bean. It's absolutely fantastic. But garlic scapes is just something super simple that you can go and collecting from your garlic. And the reason that you harvest these is because you want the energy to go into the garlic plant so it can produce a bigger bulb. So you want to harvest these before you're letting them flower. If you let a plant go to flower, especially a plant like garlic, the energy is going to go into making seeds. So you're not going to get that big of a garlic bulb, and the cloves may end up being tougher. So you want to be able to pick out the garlic scape. And it's super simple. They just snap right off. If you don't want to have, oh yeah, that's pungent. If you don't want to have garlic smells on your fingers, feel free to use some scissors or some snips of any kind. I don't mind it. Garlic fingers always remind me of my grandma. So it's a bit nostalgic to when I was little and she would take her garlicky hands and rub it on my face. So going to snap these off. And then I'm going to show you just how to prepare them with some of my favorite ways to do it. It's super simple and easy. And if you're wondering why I have flowers with the garlic, it's because I have a bunch of ranunculus in here. And I love to plant flowers with alliums because it keeps away the aphids and other pests that will go after the flowers. The ranunculus are on their way out because we're getting into the end of spring and summertime. But it's one of my absolute favorite ways to grow flowers is with allium companions. It is a wonderful trick. And I also love to plant onions in my strawberry beds. And it's very helpful to those as well. But now I have all of these. I'm going to put it in my apron. Let's go inside and I'm going to show you just how to prepare these. There's so many wonderful ways to use garlic scapes, and one of my absolute favorite ways to use it is in a salad dressing. You can actually catch the recipe for this one in my Garden to Table video along with plenty of other gardening tips. I'll link it here and at the end of the video. So for this, I'm making a compound butter, and I always love to start off by cutting off the tops of the garlic scapes. It really just makes it easier to be able to chop everything down. And for this, I'm just doing a rough chop for this, but you can definitely put it in a food processor and get it really nice and fine. It will actually make it of a bit of a green butter, which is always fun. And I love the chunks of this because I love the little bit of bite from the garlic scape. And this is fantastic in a multitude of different things, from breads and meats and things like that. I also love to use a lot of edible flowers. So this I'm using chive blossoms, gives it a nice oniony taste, as well as calendula petals. They're citrusy, they're bright, they're fresh, and they also add a lot of antioxidants to your food, which is always a great plus. So you just want to mix everything really well together, get it really nice and incorporated. You can also salt this. I don't, because I usually have my food salted, so I don't add salt to it. But then you're going to shape the butter into a log. I'm using parchment paper because at the end of it I can compost it, but you can definitely use some plastic wrap. That makes it pretty easy. And I'm also adding some violets on the top. I just really like the look of it. Totally not necessary, but another great edible flower. So you just want to put it after you use it and mix everything together. You want to put it in the fridge or in the freezer for a bit, just so it can be able to slice it easier. Here I'm adding some of the butter to some food that I made. It really goes really great with a lot of different things because garlic scapes are so versatile. So to preserve it, I love to do two things. I cut the main body of it into large chunks for stir fries because it's phenomenal in a stir fry. And then the tops, I cut it in small pieces. So I take the tops, I cut it in small pieces, and I put it in a separate bag because then I can use that for a bunch of other things when I want a garlic scape or just more of a mild garlic flavor. I hope you liked this video. My name is Ali and this is The Curious Nook, and I hope to see you again. We're a tiny but mighty urban homestead, and in just 5,100 square feet we are able to grow an abundance of things. So I hope you stick around and that we can see you again next time, where there will be plenty more gardening videos, DIYs, and a bunch of whole other things. Until then, plant what brings you joy. Bye.